I've just passed the SANS Security Essentials exam, and honestly, this was probably one of the most challenging certifications I've taken so far. If you're not familiar with the Security Essentials exams, it's a broad cybersecurity certification that covers everything from networking and Linux to Windows security, cryptography, incident response, and defensive techniques. And going into it, I thought I had a reasonable understanding of cybersecurity. But pretty quickly I realised there were some big gaps in my knowledge. There were things I understood conceptually, but then the course would throw me into a practical lab and suddenly I'd realise I didn't understand it anywhere near as well as I thought I did. So now that I've actually finished the course, passed the exam and got the certificate, I want to break down exactly what the experience was like, what the GSEC actually teaches, how I studied, what I found difficult, what helped me pass, and probably most importantly, what I wish I knew before I started. So let's start with what the certification actually is. The GSEC is the GIAC Security Essentials certification, and it's built around giving you a broad foundation across practical cybersecurity. And I think that word broad is probably the best way to describe 401. You're not just learning one specific area of security, you're jumping between networking, Linux, Windows, authentication, access controls, cryptography, network attacks, security architecture, incident response, and a whole load of other topics. And that's actually what I liked about it. You might spend one section understanding how a particular network attack works, and then suddenly you're working with Linux commands or looking at Windows security. It forces you to think about cybersecurity as a whole rather than putting you into one little box. But that's also what makes the course challenging. You don't necessarily need to become an expert in every individual subject, but you need to understand a lot of different concepts well enough to recognize what's happening and know how to respond. And that's something I didn't fully appreciate before starting. One of the questions I had before starting was, what am I actually going to know after spending all this time doing the course? And looking back now, I think the biggest change isn't that I suddenly became an expert in cybersecurity, it's that I have a much better mental model of how everything fits together. Networking started making more sense. I understood much more about how attacks actually happen and what they're trying to achieve by working through the labs in an offensive and defensive role. I became more comfortable working with Linux, understanding authentication and access controls, looking at logs and thinking about how you would defend a system rather than just build one. There were definitely topics where I thought, I really need to go away and spend more time on this. But that's actually one of the biggest benefits of doing something this broad. You discover where your weaknesses are. And by doing the practice quizzes at the end of each module or the full 4-hour practice exams, it really shows you what to go back and learn to bring yourself up to the standard. Now let's talk about studying, because this is probably where I made things harder for myself. The SANS material is extensive. There are 6 large lecture books and 2 even thicker lab books, not to mention the labs themselves and the quizzes. Initially I tried to consume everything almost like a normal online course. But I quickly realised that watching the material isn't the same as understanding it. Anyone can rush through the videos just to tick the module off, which I fell victim to, but understanding all the concepts requires rereading topics, searching online for additional information, and also getting AI to explain to you more complex topics. The labs were particularly important for me because they forced me to actually interact with the concepts. Instead of just hearing someone explain something, you're suddenly sitting there thinking, okay, how do I actually do this? A good example of this being the password cracking session, where you utilize a tool called John to crack a locked file. And completing these labs multiple times is where things started sticking. I also spent a lot of time going back over areas where I wasn't performing well on the quizzes. Rather than just thinking, I got that question wrong, I tried to understand why I got it wrong, because with a course this broad, you can't realistically memorize everything. You need to understand the concepts and know how to find the information when you need it. And that's something that became particularly important when I started preparing for the actual exam. If I could go back to the beginning of the course, there's one thing I'd tell myself. Don't underestimate how much information there is. It's very easy to look at a certification and think, right, I'll just work through the modules and then take the exam. But the course isn't really like that. You're constantly introducing new concepts, terminology, tools and techniques. And because the course covers so many different areas, some things you're going to understand immediately, while other subjects might take several attempts before they click. When I got closer to the exam, my approach changed. At that point, I wasn't really trying to learn huge amounts of new information. I was trying to identify the areas where I was weakest and close those gaps. One thing with SANS exams is that they are open book, but but you need to create your own index, and everyone has a different way of doing this. This is a whole other video in itself, so if you would like to see how I created my index, then leave a comment below. Then came the part I've been working towards for months, actually sitting the exam. And I'm not going to go into specific questions or anything that would compromise the exam, but I will say this: you need to know your stuff and you need to be all over your index. There were definitely questions where I knew the answer immediately, and then there were others, including the very first question where I had to stop, think about what the question was actually asking, eliminate some options, and then work through the problem. And that's where the preparation really paid off. And when I finally submitted the exam and saw that I'd passed, it was honestly a massive relief. After all those hours of studying, doing labs and going back over material, while having a full-time job and a family, seeing that result made it all worth it, and now I've got the certificate to show for it. So would I recommend the course and exam? Yes, if you can get your company to pay for it. But I don't think it's something you should do simply because you want another certificate on your CV. The value for me has been the knowledge I've gained from actually going through the material. The whole process of creating your index also solidifies a lot of the learnt topics. And if you're already experienced in cybersecurity, you might find some areas relatively straightforward, while other sections fill in gaps you didn't realize you had. If you're thinking about taking 401 yourself, my biggest piece of advice would be don't underestimate it, don't rush it, and actually get hands-on with the material. The certificate is great, but the knowledge you walk away with is where the real value is. I'm really happy to finally have this one finished, and now I'm looking forward to taking everything I've learned and putting it into practice. And if you're interested in following that next stage of the journey, make sure you subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.